What's up, everybody? Finally, it's time to get this thing done.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get
So the reason I didn't have time to get this thing ready is, as many of you know, I was living in Minnesota and we moved down south to Louisiana. I had to get my house ready. I had a lot of things going on, so I didn't have time to finish this thing up. And this boat sat for a whole year. And now I gotta clean it again. It's all messy. I gotta clean this thing up. You know, it's been sitting for a whole year since my move. I didn't get time to do it. I ordered a lot of parts. Some of the parts I even lost, but I think pretty much I have everything I need to complete the build. I just have to find out where things go and remember where things go. The cushions have been replaced already, where on part one you'll see that it's all ripped up. A couple other things I want to do to this is the trailer. So the trailer has rust everywhere. So I'm gonna grind that off, primer, get rid of all that rust. I got new tires on it. I had to drive this thing 1,000 miles from Minnesota and I'm now living in Louisiana. So I really needed new tires and I replaced the bearings. So yeah, I'm gonna repaint this whole trailer, redo those boards on the bottom right there. So here are some of the parts that were in the boat. The lower unit, it's kind of built already. The bearings inside have been pushed in and all installed. This rear cap, I fixed it. I got a seal for that. I got to remember where all this stuff goes, how that ties up and everything. This shaft, the bearings were bad here. It's all rusty. I'm gonna replace these. I got all these new seals. This right here, that gear will turn right there. That goes in here. This is all new, all the new seals in there too. And then there's a bearing that goes inside of there that has been replaced as well. So that will go there. And then this attaches to the motor on the inside. I got the new seal. And then I got all my seals right here. A bunch of O-rings and seals that I ordered from before. They all got wet. These bolts. These are all the old bearing caps. The old bearing right here. And I gotta clean this thing up. It's pretty dirty. I did get the rear seat upholstered. So that was all ripped up. I got it upholstered. Obviously it's dirty. It sat outside for a whole year, but it's really nice. And yeah, this was the only seat that needed to be redone and it's ready to go. So all I need is to get all of that stuff installed to the bottom. And I'm gonna remove this radio, put a nice new radio in, clean this thing up real good. Since I'm at it, I'm gonna be replacing that seal as well. It's just a rubber seal. This one's a little cracked. I don't wanna run into the problem where I'm getting water inside the engine. Not inside the engine, but inside where the engine bay is. I do have a pump there. It'll probably pump all the water out, but since I'm here, I'm just gonna get that replaced. And I gotta find out where all these cables go to. It's been a while, so I'm sure I'll do it. I can do it. And then I'm also gonna be making some videos after I get all this installed. I'm gonna be making some videos on how to do an oil change in this particular engine. It's the Seadoo Utopia 205. Yeah, Seadoo Utopia 205. And I'm gonna be doing an oil change. So I'll make a separate video for the maintenance, for one for the oil change. I'm gonna do a tune-up as well. And the lower gear, how to replace the oil in that lower gear. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's start figuring out where things go and putting this thing back together. All right, it's the next day here, and yesterday I sanded, grinded, took all that nasty stuff out of this lower unit, and I primered it and painted. It's looking good now. I just didn't want to put it back in all looking ugly and rusty and with all the corrosion it had. Now I'm just lining everything up, making sure that I'm not missing anything there. And it would suck if I put this thing in, everything's on, and then I miss one little detail. So I'm double checking everything in there. All the way in here, you can't really see it, but inside of here there's a seal. Well, I can actually take it out. So there's this seal that I bought, and I'm replacing it because the other one was cracked. So just gotta make sure I got it in the right place there. And then I got a little seal for this place here, which is the water inlet. This is the outlet. It just comes out. So where it goes into the engine here, I bought a seal also that goes okay, lost the camera. That goes right here. So I got to replace that seal. Make sure that other O-ring grabs around this really good. And then so I grinded all this down right here, all this stuff that I painted black, because you could grind this. It's aluminum. If it was a gasket spot, I wouldn't grind it. You know, you don't want to make the surface uneven, but since it's this huge rubber here that's going to be around it, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to make sure it was nice and clean. And I didn't grind any holes or anything. It's just not super smooth, but it's nice and clean. That rubber seal is going to get a better contact here now. And now I'm going to install this seal that goes around here and throw this thing up and replace these seals. So the bolts that hold the lower unit, they all look a little similar, but if you really look down there, that would be one right there. And then that top one right there as well. So it's that one, that one, that one, those three. 1, 2, 3. And then moving on. There you go, the one in between there, that one. And then on the other side, it's the same thing. They are 15 millimeter bolts, and that's all that holds that lower unit. So the moment you take that off, make sure you got a jack underneath, because it will fall. Alright, there it is. I tightened up the 4 bolts that hold these 2 parts together. And now I just gotta tighten up these ones right here that hold this steering, and the bottom 2. Right there and right there. And then this thing goes right here like that somewhere. Right there. The steering is on this side. Steering goes right there, and the front and reverse is right here, which makes this go. So up is forward and down is reverse, because it blows the water through here, which upward like that would make it go forward. And if this is down, the water hits that and it creates back pressure, which makes it go backwards. All right, I'm gonna get this thing back together, and then I got the bottom pan to put in, and that's it. Alright, so that's gonna be it for part 2 on the Seadoo. I was over here checking to see if my steering was working now, and it is. I got the cables all connected in the back, and I'm also gonna be ordering this radio. This one is just pushed in there. I got some electrical stuff to do on this thing, but I'll do that later. I also got a whole bunch of carbon fiber wrap. I want to wrap a whole bunch of these little things like this. I want to rewrap this. This has been wrapped right here, and I want to just yeah, I think that's plastic. Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna be wrapping that, wrapping all this stuff, wrapping this glove box right here. I want to wrap all that stuff with carbon fiber. I just ordered the wrap. I got to put everything back together right there. So that's gonna be it for part 2. So if you haven't yet subscribed, consider subscribing. Part 3 should be out in less than a week. I'm gonna start recording tomorrow already, part 3, and I want to get it done ASAP because it's getting hot. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm sweating every day, and I want to get this thing out in the lake. So yeah, stay tuned. Thank you. I appreciate everybody for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.